It took me 39 years to learn the 6 principles that I'm about to share with you in just a few minutes. And the first principle is this: stop rushing. For years, as I worked on Wall Street and built 2 successful companies here in Europe, I would wake up every morning with this tightness in my chest. Maybe you know the feeling. You've got 50 tasks that need to be done, all this money to earn, all these accomplishments to make, and there's never enough time. Maybe like me, you can't relax over the weekend. You can't enjoy being with your family because of all the things that you're not getting done. And when you accomplish your goals, when you get that promotion, when you land that big client, or in my case, when the company I co-founded got listed on the stock exchange, you barely feel any joy because you are already focused on your next goal. For me, it took ending up in the hospital with arrhythmia, my heart going crazy in my chest, feeling like I was about to die, to wake me up. So don't make the same mistake. You can never accomplish all the things. You can never do all the projects. You can never earn all the money. If you don't slow down, you will never enjoy what you already have. But the good news is, if you stop rushing, chances are you can have peace and happiness right now, today. So take a walk every morning. Reflect on the things in your life that you can be grateful for, whether it's your health or your family or your accomplishments. Every night before bed, reflect on 3 good things that happened to you today. Say to yourself, I have a good life, until you really mean it. Because here's the brutal truth. Just because the average life expectancy in your country is 75 or 80 doesn't mean that you have all those years ahead of you. Yeah, maybe you will live to the age of 100, but maybe today is all the time you have. So stop rushing and enjoy what you have right now. But at the same time, keep in mind a second, seemingly opposite principle. Live intensely. When I say stop rushing, I don't mean do less. I don't mean live a chill life where every day you wake up at 11 and go for a slow walk and sit in the park sipping coffee and reading a book, although you can do that if you want. I don't know about you, but my favorite life memories are of times when I lived intensely. When I was breaking into Wall Street as a young, know-nothing guy from Eastern Europe, writing books in English, which for me is a foreign language, studying dance 5 hours a day in Cuba, working long hours to build an investment company from scratch. Whether it's in sports or business or any other area, life is really, really fun when you're pushing yourself, when you're doing things at the edge of your ability. So don't deny yourself that experience. You will almost certainly not regret starting that business or taking that new job or moving to a new country, but you will regret living a forgettable life. There is just one big asterisk to all this. As you live intensely, don't forget the first principle. On the wall in my office, I have the words intensely chill, which means you should work intensely and do cool things and say yes to crazy opportunities, and you should aim to do it in a chill way. Don't rush. Be in the present moment, focused on what you're doing right now. At work, be intensely there, doing amazing things. At home, be intensely there, with your kids or your hobbies. Fully committed. Live intensely. But there is a problem with this, which leads me to my third principle. If you live intensely, if you apply for ambitious jobs, compete at sports, go into business, you are going to fail unless you've got exceptional skills. And unfortunately, most people never get beyond mediocre at anything they do. And it's not their fault. It's because of the way society motivates you. So let me explain that. I used to be a salsa teacher. Most guys want to learn salsa to meet girls. So that means that in the beginning, guys have this huge pressure to improve because they suck and girls don't want to dance with them. But then they learn a bit of rhythm, they get a few moves, and girls don't mind dancing with them anymore. And instantly, the motivation to improve disappears. Most men stay mediocre at salsa dancing no matter how many years they keep doing it. It's only a few percent who get really good. And that's because they're not doing it for the girls. They genuinely love to dance. What you need to do is learn how to not stop when society tells you, oh, you're good enough. Having mentored many young professionals as a manager and CEO over the years, I can say the same problem keeps most people stuck with a mediocre income and mediocre career. Let's say you get a new job as a financial analyst. In the beginning, you are clueless, so there's this huge pressure from your boss to improve. Then, over the next few months, you spend time learning new skills and practicing, and then you become decent. The day comes when you're putting out acceptable reports and slideshows. You're producing decent work. Your boss is happy and the external pressure goes away. Theoretically, you could keep doing your work at the same mediocre level for years, and you would still get paid. If you don't recognize this, it's deadly for your income and career. Never accept good enough. You need to find the internal motivation to keep getting better. to keep learning new skills, to read books, watch videos, find teachers and mentors day after day, year after year. Otherwise, your life will stay stuck at mediocre. Alright, but here's a problem. When you're young, people tell you, just follow your passion. Do work that you love and you will never work a day in your life. And hey, if you've got a burning passion for a valuable skill like real estate or software or marketing, by all means, follow your passion. But most young people I meet, they don't have a clear passion, or if they do, it's for drawing or playing the piano, where getting paid is going to be a struggle for the rest of your life. If you're feeling like a failure because you don't have a passion or you don't know how to make it pay, I want you to hear this. It's okay. In fact, this is way more common than you think. But the good news is, you can build passion. If you're in your 20s or 30s, don't be afraid to explore different fields. In my 20s, I ran a nuclear reactor, directed theater, worked on Wall Street, wrote books, and studied dance. It was a blast, and it taught me many valuable skills: math, finance, public speaking, persuasion, and others. And in this process, I discovered what kind of work I hate and what kind of work I really enjoy. And that led me to becoming an entrepreneur. So don't be afraid to explore. The only rule I would suggest is don't do everything at once. Then you're gonna suck at everything. Pick one professional direction at a time and spend at least 3 to 4 years in each field so that you build up some skill. But if you want to accomplish bigger things professionally, you're going to hit a ceiling where you don't have enough deep expertise, enough reputation, enough of a network in any one of your fields. So once you're in your 30s or 40s, especially if you want to make an outsized impact with your life's work, I suggest you pick one direction and start compounding your skills and accomplishments in that direction. As Bill Gates said, people overestimate how much they can accomplish in 1 year and they underestimate how much they can do in 10 years. So I really believe in principle number 5. In your 30s or 40s, pick a direction and start compounding your skills and accomplishments. Now, to explain the 6th principle, I need to go back 30 years. I was a little kid growing up in Eastern Europe, right after the fall of the Soviet Union. And even back then, I was ambitious. But when I told people that I wanted to be rich one day, they would basically shame me. They would say, money isn't everything, or money can't buy happiness. And look, they certainly had a point. If your life is all about chasing money, that's not a recipe for happiness. You've got to remember principle 1 and appreciate what you already have. But listen, I've been the kind of poor where all your clothes are secondhand and buying a kilo of bananas is a luxury. And today I'm financially independent, and I can tell you this. If you know how to use it, then yes, money absolutely will make you happier. And it's not just me saying this. A 2023 paper by Matthew Killingsworth, Barbara Mellers, and Nobel Prize winner Daniel Kahneman found that happiness keeps increasing with income, even above the $75,000 per year figure which people often mention online. Because when you've got more money, you can free up your time from drudgery like cleaning your house or mowing the lawn. You can take better care of your family's health. You can hire top-notch teachers to help you develop new skills. And you can afford to pay for unforgettable experiences and adventures, like the year I moved my family to Barcelona, or our regular trips to the best theme parks around Europe. So no, of course you don't want to chase money blindly, but I warmly recommend the 6th principle. Build wealth for yourself and your family as early as possible, and never let anybody shame you for having this goal. Now, if you'd like to build wealth while living here in Europe, one key skill that you will need is investing. Most Europeans either live paycheck to paycheck or they leave their savings sitting in the bank, where your money loses value because of inflation. But if you know a few fundamentals, you can put your money to work, so that for every euro that you save today, you can ideally spend 3, 4, or 5 in the future. If you'd like to learn how to do that, watch this video next, where I take you step by step through how to start investing if you live in Europe.